Hello everyone. How are you doing today? We are going to be doing a cash stuffing video. I decided to include the last day of March in this cash stuffing because I was going to make a single video by itself, but I was like, might as well wait. And I hadn't deposited money yet because the one day all of it is going towards my Verizon credit card. So I was like, let's just wait. Let's combine them. I've been trying to record this video the last few mornings before work, and it has just been like people working on their lawns every day, and they don't finish until like I'm about to leave for work, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so we are getting it done, and if you guys are returning, hello, welcome. It's so good to have you back, and if you're new here, welcome as well, and I hope you subscribe, like, comment, and definitely if you're on a debt-free journey as well, or even like a savings journey, or just a budgeting journey, let me know because I'd love to follow you as well. But let's get right into it today. I am gonna stuff this one first because this is from the last day of March that I had worked. So let's see, 50, 70, 90, 110, 120, 130, 140. So it's 144. And all of this is going to go to my Verizon credit card. So I'm like, let's just do that. Make sure that is good. I have two black ones. So it is this one. Beautiful. Because I have the morning off of work. I'm not working lunchtime today. I'm just working dinner. So I was like, you know what? Let's get this video done. I'm planning on doing this cash stuffing and finally getting the coin rolling video recorded. I have to do February and March. It's just sitting down to do those takes a minute, and obviously it's easier if I'm not recording it because I can do it in the middle of the night, but for the sake of the lighting, here we are. So we're gonna put this money. I have a lot of ones in this one. I was counting it yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh. But we are just gonna completely add this here. Let's see. And there we are. A little shimmy shimmy. Getting a little full. But that's okay because we're gonna deposit it. If you've been following along on my journey, you know that my Verizon credit card is the card that is my current focus to pay off, and I feel like I've definitely hit the ground running. I think as of recording this, I'm trying to think. I'm gonna have to like pull a number, but I know that I've like paid half of it, so I think I have like 700 or 800 left. So after I put this money towards the balance, and then I think I have like $100 or $200. I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna put it towards the Verizon credit card or if I'm gonna put it towards paying one of my other minimums on a credit card. So I'm still playing around with that because normally in a month, I feel like I would be more like, okay, we're going to fill like my cash envelopes, have that. But I have definitely been like hyper focused on paying off this credit card, which, there's not a time limit for anything, but I'm definitely like, okay, let's get this done. And then obviously the next cards after this are higher. And so it'll take me a little longer, but for some reason I am just gung-ho, like this is getting paid off this month, and I am on track to pay it off. So that's exciting. We love that. And then I am just going to shimmy this to the side for a minute. Actually, I'll close it because we'll be back in there. But we'll get the rest of the first week of this is going to be April's cash stuffing. And so this is going to be $4.30. So we got a 50, some 20s. But yeah, I've just been so gung-ho because like I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, like I'm doing good on the payoff, all of that. And I was like, but I haven't stuffed my cash envelopes that I usually like to stuff. And I'm like, that's probably going to be like next week's priority after I stuff this week. I have a few more bills I have to stuff for, but for the most part, oh, can you see that? Not really. But I have a few more bills that I have to stuff, and then my intention with that is then I'll get my cash envelopes done. So we are gonna go in to my binder, and we are going to, the only other one other than like in my debts envelope, we're going to gym. And right now in my gym, obviously this is on like auto payment through my card, and it is like $11.76 a month, so it's about 12. So right now, already in here, I have 9. So we're going to do 10, 11, 12. So we have enough for, this is April's gym payments. And then if you've watched my videos or you watched my, like, let's talk about goals, you know, one of my biggest things is going to be like getting ahead on bills. So my first bill, I want to get ahead and basically have the rest of the year saved up, is going to be the gym, because that is obviously the lower bill I have monthly, being only $12 a month. And if you do follow along, you know that I plan on moving by the end of the year. So for me, I don't have an exact timeline still of when it's going to happen. But I do want to have the bill saved up, and my intention with that is if I end up moving earlier and I don't need all the money I put to the side to save up for the rest of the year, I will just shift it to probably debt or shift it to savings to be ahead on my day-to-day bills. So with that being said, I do have another envelope. I have showed it in a video, but I decided to put it behind my gym one. That way it's like, this is like the current month, and then let's get ahead is right behind it. But because this is such a lower amount I save up, I think it's going to be $96, I think, if I remember correctly off the top of my head. This I'll have just doing weekly will be done by the end of the month. So let's get ahead is actually getting $24 a month, or a week for this month. That way we're going to have it saved up. And like I said, like the next bill obviously is more expensive, so it'll take me a little longer. But my intention is just to start getting ahead on bills and have that money set aside. So regardless of what happens, it's just an easier transition. Plus, I feel like it helps alleviate some of the stress. Just because of all the unknowns. And like same thing with like, it just feels so good to have things set aside and like money, like a plan for the money that helps you in the future. That's what I love. So that is the only one we are doing in here. I'm going to put that over there. And then we are going back to our debt binder. And let's see. We've got, we're not going to do Verizon. We already did that one. Discover is getting $200. Let's see. That is 100, and then 20, 40, 60, 80. So we love that. I know I flip things around. I'm so aware of it now that I like film myself doing stuff and like someone's commented on it. I do know I flip things around. Yeah, so 200, that is like my minimum. Once I pay off Verizon, I am gonna shift the way I am paying things off. I'll still have my Citi credit card. That'll be my like next focus. But my Discover card, I did a balance transfer. Must have been the end of last year. And so I want to get it paid off before the interest starts. So I am gonna shift it and do a little higher for Discover starting probably next month, and then Citi will be my like focus because I will be this will be the next card I'm paying off. So let's see, Fifth Third. So Fifth Third I had completely paid off, and then last week 40, 60, 80. When I have my one day off, I basically, it's so hard to explain, but because it's just like it's so confusing. But basically, like where my life is other than work is where I will be relocating to once again. And when I am back home, it takes me some gas because it is about 2.5 hours south of me currently. And so I do, have to put some money for gas, and, there's usually like food or grocery involved, especially depending on how long, like this past week I had a few days off for after Easter because we closed for an extra day and a half. So what I decided to do, because sometimes I have my cash, sometimes I don't, and I'm not like super strict of like, I can't pay back. So like my intention, because my Fifth Third credit card has been paid off, like I think since the end of last year or the beginning of this year, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put what I spend on this card that has a zero balance, and then everything needs to get paid back. So my intention with that is next week's cash stuffing video, I will put the rest of the amount, but I am putting $103 because I had that $3 left over when I was budgeting. But that way it keeps me accountable, but I'm also, still able to go do something that makes me happy. 20, 40, 60, 80, 103. So and that is, I think, going to be the best way. Because, like, I know for me, unless I'm super intentional, especially when it comes to, like, credit cards and, like, okay, if you bought, like, groceries and all you had were groceries on top of your balance, it's easier to be like, okay, I spent, $36.93. But when you have multiple transactions, it's so easy to just, like, ignore it, let it lump sum into the credit card balance. So I like that this is like, okay, it's zeroed out and everything that's on here, you're going to pay it back. So that's my intention with the Fifth Third card right now. I do not plan on keeping a balance. So bye. And then Chase is getting its $100. Actually, it should be the rest of this. So 50, 60, 70... 90 and 100. So Chase is getting 100. This is a little more confusing because I do have a balance of this, but I also have payments that I have to pay that have the same thing to do with the balance. But so basically half of what I needed to pay was put on my card in January, and then there's going to be 4 payments like every 3 months. So my intention with this money that I actually have here is this is going towards the payment I'm gonna have to make, because My payment was this month, and then I do have my bigger amount on a payment plan through my Chase credit card. So that is that. I know that's confusing. I say like I wish I could give everyone details. It's just it's very complicated. But just know that I am staying on it so that it doesn't just add to my balance. And that is a good thing. So there we go. And then basically for the rest of, this is like, so there we go. Basically for the rest of the month, I have a few more bills to pay. I'm going to flip over to my planner real quick. I've got, let's see. I have to put money aside for 2 more cards. It'll be my city like minimum payment, which would be my $200 that I like to do. And then my Chase minimum payment through my payment plan is like $229. So it's got to be $230 because it's $229, I think 72. Yes, so I'll put $230 to the side on top of what I'm putting here. But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm feeling way more motivated than I felt the last few months. If you know, I paid off 2 credit cards last month. Obviously they weren't like crazy amounts. I'm very realistic, you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I make good money, but I can't wait for the day where the money I put aside for my cards is the money I get to keep and like put more towards like savings. And that's the thing. I was going to start a few different like savings challenges, but with me trying to pay this Verizon card off, because it was, you know, a big goal, that it helped that I had that house sitting job with it's like house/pet sitting. It helped having that because it got my balance down by like half, because I did make $700. And so yeah, that was very nice, and I just can't wait to have this paid off and have one less card. And after that, we will be down to only carrying a balance on 3 credit cards, and then I still have my student loans. But I'm just so excited because it feels good. I'm feeling really excited. We're getting things paid down. We're being intentional with our money, and that is the biggest thing. If you've stayed till the end, just know that I appreciate you, and I appreciate the love and the support, and even just like a simple comment, especially when I get off work and I saw someone commented. It just means the world to me. Just know I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!